recording. Awesome. Welcome, Solar Icons family, to our weekly Monday afternoon fireside chat. We are excited. We have a special guest speaker today, Miss Maureen, and I cannot wait to turn it over to her in a few minutes, by the way. She is going to walk us through how she has collected over 25 utility bills, which is huge, 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 huge. So I know everyone is showing up for that, which is awesome. But we always like to start with our shout outs. Who wants to give a team member, sideline, upline, downline, whoever, a special shout out?
This is Joe shouting out Raisa. We did our deaf prospect last week. It was a piece of cake. So there's a lot of awesome technology plus making it work. And she was just fantastic. And we have a follow-up call this week.
Awesome. Who else?
Hey, I want to put a big shout out to Jim Wayner. Jim came on, I don't know, I think about Thursday of last week, and has just really started to light things on fire. One of his new business partners, Ray, is on our call right now. I think, Ray, you're driving down the road. Ray, can you say hello to everyone? Maybe.
Hello?
I think he's muted.
Hi.
Oh, there he goes.
There he is. Hey,
Can you hear
Ray.
me?
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're excited for you, and hopefully see your business just take off as a result of all these calls that we do every week.
I'm super excited. Thank you guys. We look forward to working with everybody, meeting everybody.
Awesome. Welcome. I want to give a special shout out to our guest speaker today, actually, Maureen, who closed her first tier 2 solo deal on Saturday, which was awesome. She went through some of the presentation. She allowed me to sit in and watch some of her practice runs. And when I'm telling you guys, she absolutely slayed it. Just presented like she'd been doing it for years. I was blown away. So we're excited to have her. Congratulations to you on that. Also want to give a shout out to one of my solar pros, Joshua. Oh, he's here too. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, shout out to you, man, for closing your first Solar Icons deal on Friday afternoon. Best part of that one, he actually was beating the pavement. He was knocking doors, guys. Met an amazing family that signed up on the spot. They were blown away. You absolutely crushed it, man. The edification, everything. You're a true pro. So shout out to you, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna do the vice versa. I was gonna say thank you for closing my first deal. Just wanted to give like that shout out. You know what I mean? And again, like that presentation was awesome. The way you presented everything, it was really good to like see that my son's on I'm on the call.
Yeah, I love it. He was able to hear the shout out, man. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Who else has a shout out, guys?
I'll give a shout out to Christy. I see her on just off camera. I know she's putting out some fires at home. She's brand new to our team as well. And she lives in Tennessee. I know Allison's on here, lives in Arkansas. So I love that we have some people on the team that see the vision, that don't even live in a state yet where we currently offer solar. And know, because we are a national company and expanding, you can be anywhere and we can tap into, homeowners and network outside of where we live to grow really powerful businesses. So
love that. Very well said. I'll give a shout out to Ron. I see him here. I don't think anyone's made more videos than Ron over the last couple of days. So keep leading from the front, man. I love it. Anybody else? We got time for one or two more.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to a couple people, Terry and Deb. They've got me in front of some very influential and talented people over the last couple of days. We saw Jim come on board, beast of an EXP agent, and he's quickly building. And Deb's got me in front of a couple of people that highly influential that are definitely entertaining coming on board with this. So really cool part that I love is that, you guys are out there recruiting up, right? Which is always great, right? We want to be in business with talented people as well. So kudos to you guys that are out there that are having those conversations and, establishing the confidence to go open up a conversation with those people. And last but not least, Anne-Marie, who's out there kicking butt this weekend, doing the activities. So very proud of you guys. Appreciate being in business with you guys.
That's awesome. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We have an updated national leaderboard. The team is now on 2 of the 3 leaderboards for the first time, by the way. So super excited about that. Maureen has now taken the top spot as of right now. She's going to kill me and say she's taking it home anyway. I already know that about her. We still have to close today, right? But she is currently sitting in the 8th place with 6 personal recruits. I think it's even missing 1 or 2, actually. Yeah, it is. See, I can always tell she wasn't smiling. She knew her name was supposed to be higher up. We got Mr. Patrick Adu, who's on the call. He is sitting right there at 9. I'm confident he'll throw at least another 1 or 2 up. We got none other than Mr. Chris Hart. We got Katie on this list. We got John Bobness. We got Michael, and we have Jody as well, which is really cool. And then for the first time ever, we have someone for personal sales cracking the top 10. So this is non-mentor deals. This is personal business, guys. And that's Mr. Patrick Adu. So not only is he in 2nd place on the team for recruiting, he's holding down the top spot for personal sales. We have my father-in-law with 2. We have John Bobness throwing up 1, and then we also have Ray on that list as well. So big shout out to all of you guys and gals. That is awesome. But once again, remember, we got to close the month strong. Today still counts. So do as much as you possibly can. By the way, those leaderboards are shared on Wednesday at our next masterclass with the CEO and top leadership. They'll actually go through the list. They'll read your name. They'll say something about you. If they've met you, if they've heard of you. I know we have someone on the team that used to be friends with the CEO. So I think that'd be pretty cool once he gets his name on there as well. We do have our recruiting call tonight, even though it's Halloween. So please stay plugged in. Not too late to get some guests on that list. It's hosted by the field president, Bobby Smith. Charles Thompson will also be there. Fernando, and then Wally. Wally is an amazing closer. So I'm sure he's going to be sharing some nuggets on his closes. That tends to be what they pull him on the national stage for. So if you want to learn from one of the best closers in the business, he is for sure going to drop some bombs on that call. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, always the same link, my friends. It is powerhour.com every single Monday. We have a bunch of new people on this call, so we're going to keep sharing it until we drive it home. And I'll also, hopefully someone can share it back on the Facebook Messenger. But this is our schedule going forward. We have the book club. It started off this morning at 9:30 with Chris Hart. Fireside chat, what we're on now every single Monday at 1. That is only for the team sellers on Solar Icons. We got the Breakthrough Mastermind Wednesdays at 12. And then the script and role play, one of my favorite calls that Chris does, is every Friday at 9:30 a.m. About 3/4 of that call is led on getting bills. And then he'll sprinkle in, 1 or 2 a month where it's also recruiting. So it's going to be on both facets. So really important you guys are plugged in there. He does an amazing job going over the value propositions for recruiting, also for getting bills, and then doing live scripting and live role playing, right? It's the best way for us to learn. So super excited about that call as well. I am going to get out of the way because I know why so many people are on this call. They are coming to hear Maureen drop some nuggets today. She has personally collected over 25 utility bills. She is down to earth. She is humble. She is an amazing leader. She's always trying to improve. She'll drop me kill me for this. She'll drop me a voice text or a regular text. Aaron, I only got 4 bills today. Can I show you what I sent? Any tweaks you would have? I'm like, tweaks? You got 4 bills today. That shows who she is. She's always trying to improve, always trying to get better. And she agreed today to come on here and share some of the mindset stuff, some of the stuff that she's sending out, even some sample scripts, I believe, which would be cool. So Maureen, I will turn it over to you, my friend.
Well, thank you so much, Aaron, for that intro. The leadership in this team is amazing. The only reason I've been able to create what I've been able to create is because of Aaron and Chris. So big shout out to you both for that. And then also, if you have not heard Wally yet, I've had the opportunity. So many of my leads and my network is California, just because I lived there for 38 years. So California, if you're new, is one of the only states, I believe. Some require a license for door knocking, like I think Connecticut and Colorado, but California, you need a contractor license in order to do your own sales. And so Wally has been my go-to. I've tried some other mentors in California and no one compares to Wally. So if you have a California deal, until someone on our team has a California license that you just adore and think the world of, Wally is amazing. I've learned so much from him. He's allowed me to record. So maybe Aaron, we can figure out a way to get the copy of the audio for some of that. And so awesome if people are curious, but hop on tonight, get everyone on. So yeah, for some of the bills, so I just got 2 more bills in the last 5 minutes because This was an idea that I had, okay, right before, because with the ambassador money, right? You essentially can make someone your own ambassador. So it's free money that you think that we can give away. If you just think you can give a referral bonus, we have those new customer incentives sometimes that go on a monthly basis. I had a few conversations going from, some of you remember I was in Nashville, people interested what, so I thought, what can I do to put some urgency on? So I knew that some customer incentives may end today, but I thought even if there's not a customer incentive based on the state, I'm still willing to give $1,000 of my own commission away if it brings a deal in. They don't need to know where it's coming from. So I literally just sent a voice text out to 4 people and I said, hey girl, I know you and your husband were really excited about potentially going solar. And I said, I didn't even remember that it's the end of the month. Happy Halloween. But I said, all I need is your bill by 5 o'clock today. And it just needs to be in the system. And there's anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 new cash bonus that you'll get at installation. And I can guarantee you'll get at least 1,000 of it. I don't know how much until we go over your home. We can hop on Zoom this week, next week, whatever, but just get me your bill today by 5 right away. 2 messages. What's your email? So lots of urgency and creative ways that you can get people to act, because a lot of times, you know, people are excited, but solar is not necessarily top of mind. It doesn't mean they're blowing you off, but unless you can do something to drive and make it top of their priority list, life's going to get in the way. They get busy. They're dropping off kids. You know, so I know a lot of people will say, well, I don't necessarily want to, you know, bother anyone. So there's fun ways that you, I think, can organically figure out, okay, how can I keep following up with people and reaching out to people and still making it something that's fun for them and it's a win for them. So you don't feel like you're becoming this bother or, you know, annoying salesperson or pester. Because remember, part of it, so going back into the beginning of it, right, there are lots of different scripts, and I'm happy to share with you guys. And Aaron's great at this too. I've learned a lot from him. It's not always what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. Right? So I can say the exact same thing that I just said to my friends in those voice scripts, but I promise you, if I said, hey, how's it going? You know, sorry to bother you, but, you know, be totally different response from them. But I first have to be bought in. I have to be excited. I have to genuinely believe that what I'm going to say to my friends is going to bless them. It's going to help them. It's going to be a win for them. It's going to get them cash in their pocket that maybe they can use for Christmas or for other things. They're going to save money on electricity, you know, so really it's about belief and it's about posture. So if you're not super excited and enrolled yet in the value of going solar, figure out how to do that before you get on the phone with people. So I always tell people, you know, people have said like, you're such a great salesperson. I'm like, but really I'm not. Really, I'm not, because if you put me on a used car lot, I promise you I will starve to death because I don't care about cars. There are the people out there that have that just innate gift, like where they can sell ice to an Eskimo. They can learn a system. They know sales scripts and tactics. They're just great with that skill. I feel like the things that I've been in, whether it was health coaching, whether it was in other organization, it was because I was so great at enrolling and recruiting or selling just in that field because I was so excited about it. I genuinely believed I could change other people's lives. I genuinely believed that what I was offering was going to help them or support them. And so that's it. Get really, really, really excited about it. The second thing, and I am guilty of this, I have to coach myself out of it every single day. I love knowledge. I'm obsessed with research. My background is science. I can very, very, very easily get stuck in knowledge acquisition mode. And I know, Katie, you and I were talking about this, right? She's like, I haven't got any bill. And I'm like, okay, but we get to be honest with ourselves, right? And I acknowledge you for showing up. You're on the next level coachings. She's on everything. But at the end of the day, how much time are you actually spending in income producing activity? So when the week comes and goes, it can be easy for us to lie to ourselves and say, I don't understand why I'm not getting any results yet. Because I spent 8 hours, I was on all the calls, on all the trainings, on all the Zooms. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you don't spend time in income producing activity. So that's part of the mindset stuff, right? That's part of time management. It could be having an accountability partner, even just saying, okay, I'm committed to just reaching out to 20 people today and being unattached with the results. right? So I think part of it is not caring. Some will, some won't, so what? So it's just getting really excited about it and knowing you can't say the right thing to the wrong person and the wrong thing to the right person. I know that I was in waitressing and bartending for years when I was putting myself through UCLA. And so a great analogy someone said once is, what's the waitress's job, right? To come around every so often and offer people a refill of iced tea or soda. Well, do you think that she's getting offended when someone walks around, when she walks around and says, would you like another refill? No, thanks, I'm okay. Okay, great. On to the next. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, I am so thirsty. I am so glad that you came my way. And other people might say, I freaking hate iced tea. And if this waitress with the bad haircut comes by me one more time, I swear I'm going to rip her head off. It has nothing to do with the waitress, right? But she's just there to offer a service, and the right people are going to be really, really excited that she walked by and offered them something that they were actually looking for and waiting for. So if you just have that mindset, I'm reaching out to 20 people, some will, so what? You know, some will, some won't, so what? So that's part of it. Is this too much information too quickly? Is this supporting you guys? Thumbs up? Okay, good.
It's great.
The next thing that
Quick comment.
What?
Can I add a quick comment?
Sure.
All right. Keeping that same analogy, what would you do as the person sitting at the table if 30 waitresses came up to you and asked you while you were eating, when you were done, if you would like more iced tea? Because that's the problem with the solar industry. Okay, I've been in it for a couple of years, had to walk away from it because what it basically came down to is, and this is a true story, a very, very, very good friend of mine up in North Scottsdale. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona.
I don't, who's talking right
and
now?
he would tell me on any given Saturday morning. Now, this is a really good friend of mine. Any given Saturday morning, he would have no less than 5 people knock on his door, pitching solar. And he got to the point where he's like, I don't even answer my door on Saturdays anymore. Okay, it's hard. It's a difficult situation. What is your remedy for that?
Chris, Chris, we're going to open it up for questions at the end. I want to get her through the training if you don't mind.
No problem. No problem. I'm good.
Go for it, Maureen.
Okay. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, Chris. We can address that later. So I would say the next thing is, I know Aaron and I were talking about this earlier, and this is when I was like, oh my gosh, God just gave me the best analogy for this ever. So roll with me. But not being the best kept secret, right? So honestly, if you guys are in here right now, how many would you say that you've done a good job that pretty much everyone that you know knows that you're in solar now? Right. So you just get to start thinking about, I can't expect to have a lot of results. And I know a lot of you guys are in different things too. This isn't necessarily I'm doing solar and solar only, but knowing that it's an additional resource, that you've partnered, that you've opened up another branch in your business, you're now solar and real estate, you have a referral partner. So some things people have to know, and this is the analogy, right? So I've been single for a while and I really want to get married. I'm looking for my godly husband, right? But I can't expect, as much as I think maybe one day that he's just going to knock on my door, right? No, I know it's not going to work that way. I have to at least be putting it out there. Now there's different ways that you can put yourself out there, right? I can go about the apps, right? I can join a singles group, which is the equivalent of like BNI, a networking group, right? I can start telling all of my friends and family, hey, just so you know, I'm looking. If you know anyone that you think may be a good match for me, keep me in mind, right? So that's the indirect approach. You can start letting all of your friends and family know, even if they already have solar, even if they already own homes, hey, I am now in the solar business. I'm really, really, really excited about it. If you know anyone, you overhear anyone talking about it, friends, family, even in other states, I would love for you to keep me in mind, right? So you just got to start putting it out there. Also being congruent. I had tons of pictures that were of me in yoga pants and other things from when I used to run other businesses, or I was in the health and wellness space. you know, kind of more lifestyle stuff. It wasn't really congruent with the market in terms of real estate, a more professional look, BNI. So I know some of you have seen on Facebook, I had a new photo shoot a couple weeks ago. I'm starting to go through my profiles and make sure that things are congruent, kind of like dating, right? If I'm going to put myself out there online or on apps, I want to make sure that how I'm presenting myself, the values that I have, how I'm showing up in the marketplace is a match and is congruent with the type of person that I'm trying to attract. So anyway, hopefully that lands with you. I thought that was a fun little analogy, but if you are dating again, even if some of you are married, I think it's a just good way to think about it. You know, you need to put yourself out there. People need to know what you're looking for. People need to know what you're about, and everything that you're doing needs to reflect that, whether it's social media, LinkedIn, and there's different ways you can do it. Local community groups, you can join a BNI, you can go door knocking, you can do hangers, you know, like Anne Marie was doing. There's so many different ways, but at the end of the day, if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're the best kept secret, if you are lying to yourself and saying, but I'm busy all the time, I do it. I'm on everything. I'm in the book club. I'm on the scripting calls. I'm in the mastermind. I'm on the teen calls. I'm in the Facebook group, but you're not actually picking up the phone and telling people what you're doing and how you can support them and asking them if you can bless them by getting a copy of the bill, then you're not going to get any bills. The last thing I want to leave you guys with really quickly is there is such a blessing with this company, this opportunity, the structure and the system for us to be able to earn while we learn. And we say it over and over and over again. And I know a lot of us, and I can do it too, right? Like I said, I love all the information. I love learning, but my commitment to learning is outside of my income producing activity windows now. I make declarations. I'm reaching out to 20 people a day. Now, if I still want to be on all the tier 2 training modules and be an expert in roofing and go through certain things and learn about batteries and inverters and all that stuff and be a nerd and geek out on it, I can, but it doesn't take place of the time where I am actually an income producing activity. And especially when you're brand new, you know, I used to tell this to people in the other organization that I ran. I was like, I want you guys to think of yourselves as like an expert party invitation maker. You're not the one for actually running the party. You just kind of get people to the party. Or a plane, you know, you think of a plane, you know, the people that stand there with the flashy cones and they direct the planes into the jetway. That's all you're doing. You're directing them over to the tier 3 mentor. You're directing them over to the solar pro in the company. You know, you don't have to learn how to fly the plane yet. You don't need to bother with all the mechanics in the cockpit. You're not doing any of that. And you're just saying, hey, I'm really excited. I'm in solar now. I have partnered with an incredible company that has experts. They're the best of the best in the solar industry. Let's just see if you qualify for something. All I need is your bill. And if they start asking questions, oh my gosh, that is such a great question. I know that Aaron is going to answer all this. Chris is going to answer all this, you know, on the call. And I'll even be on the call with you. And a lot of people might know that you're brand new. What do you know? That's great. You're right. I don't know a whole lot yet, except this is an amazing company. And I'm so excited because I'm probably going to learn just as much with you on the Zoom. Because all I'm going to do is introduce you to the pro. And I'm literally going to sit on Zoom, on mute, learning and taking notes with you. All I know is this is a ridiculous opportunity and you're going to save a ton of money. And it's really going to help you and your family. I don't know the answer to the rest of those questions yet. That's a great question. Write them all down. So you don't let it freeze you up that you don't know anything yet. That's exactly why we're tier 1s in the beginning. You know, now that I'm a tier 2 and I'm doing my own presentations, there's still a ton that I don't know, but I'm not letting it hang me up. And thank God for, you know, Aaron, I'm like asking him a bunch of questions and knowledge base. I'm always like, I know that I'm going to learn for a really, really long time. You know, and that's the beautiful thing, but it doesn't have to hang us up because there's always a way for us to find the information that we need when we need it to still be able to support people. But don't think you have to know everything first before you can get into action. Okay. Am I missing anything, Aaron?
No, I love it. I have 2 pages of notes. One thing I'd like you to touch on or share, I get this text probably more than anything in relation to getting bills of, Aaron, I called one person. Aaron, I sent one voice text and I didn't get a bill. Can you share some of your numbers just so we can manage expectations? Because I would imagine you're not sending one, getting one every single time.
Yeah, no. So I was, you know, and this is a great thing. So I tweaked it a little bit and Chris also helped me tweak it a little bit too. And so I think I was confusing people. I was touching on too many different exciting things because I'm like, hey, you want to go green and save money and this? And Chris is like, I think the brain's a little confused. Let's rein it in a little. I'm like, okay. So what about this? What about just cost savings, right? So I tweaked it, but I think it was last Friday and I just got in the flow. I send these voice notes so they can feel my excitement and energy. And it averaged 49 to 52 seconds. And I just sat down for half an hour. It went by really quickly. So I got out like 30, 35. I got about 7 responses. A lot of people just catching up saying they were excited for me. 5 or so saying they already had solar and they absolutely love it. You know, and so no bill collections from that. But then there's times where I send out 10 and I'll get 3 bills. And then there's also follow-up. They say they'll get it to me, but they don't. They don't for a couple of days. So it's writing it down, just tracking it. And then being excited. Like I was at a birthday party, a 4-year-old's unicorn birthday party in Miami on Saturday night for one of my friends in 10X. I Ubered down there. And, but I ended up getting 2 bills just from those conversations because I'm excited. I'm asking people, you know, what are they do? You know, what do they do? They're asking me what I do. I get really excited about it. I'm like, I'd love to see, do you know the benefits about going solar? And then if you're not on those Friday calls with Chris, hop on there where he goes over, he drills into us the value propositions over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so you'll naturally embody them and get really comfortable having conversations about the benefits of going solar and owning versus renting and turning a liability into an asset. Low cost fixed rate versus high cost variable in perpetuity. I didn't know this stuff in the beginning when I was collecting bills, you know, but that's like, you guys are all here, you're showing up. So just keep showing up and then all that stuff will come over time. I've only been doing this since August, you know, so it's just a couple months of showing up and being consistent and committed. And like, it will, like, we're earning while we're learning, right? So
I love it. I love it. Well, stick around because I'm sure we're gonna have lots of questions and comments, but I'd love to open it up. Chris Hart, you want to start?
Man, you brought talent on. What else I got to say? She nailed it. I mean, it's what happens when you get into business with talent. That's why we get so excited when you guys are out there having conversations with talent. Maureen, great job. I mean, honestly, like said it. I think you nailed every point. The reality is you got to get comfortable with the conversations. You have to know what you're selling, right? And that's why, you know, she made the point about on Fridays, that's what we talk about. Every time we meet on Fridays, we're just going to go over this because my personal belief is when you are confident about the value that you're selling, then you're willing to communicate it. Then it's just a matter of how well can you communicate it. And Aaron, Maureen, you guys do a phenomenal job at being able to do that. So just follow those simple steps that she outlined for you. It's that easy. Like success is simple, not easy. The simplicity comes in the way of, you know, following the model that works. The difficult nature is getting through the crap that's in your head. That's all I got.
Love it, man. All right, let's open it up, guys. Biggest aha. Any questions you have for Maureen? I'm glad I can talk today. Go ahead and come off mute or raise your hand.
I also wanted to say I thought that was great. When I ran a real estate team, I told them the same thing. You can't be a secret agent. People have to know exactly what you do. You can't blame them for not reaching out to you. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm still excited about you got to set yourself on fire and people will come watch you burn. That's going to be my my little slogan, because that's just so good. Because if you're not excited about what you do, how in the heck can anybody else get excited? So bravo, bravo.
Thanks. And have fun with it. Find a slogan that you love. I used this the other day in a networking group. You know, it's not a secret that I'm a believer and I love the Lord, and whether or not that's your thing, that's fine. But, you know, also too, here's a little plant, you guys, like your backdrop. I'm in things all the time too, that aren't just about power. People see solar panels behind me now. Like, what do you do? Oh, good question. But even in some like Bible studies and other things too, I've had some people ask, you know, I don't know if I could support them, but I was like, you know what? I've been using this as a slogan. God made the sun, so let's start using more of it. So find something that excites you, that lights you up. Like, this is going to be what you're spending so much time and energy on. Like, if you're not enjoying it, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's going to be fun.
Maureen, one of my takeaways is you're winning on purpose, not by accident. Like, you're putting out in the universe what you do. You're having conversations. You're coming from contribution, the passion, everything else. It's just, it's amazing. Like, really, really amazing. What else we got, guys?
Joe Welch, Massachusetts, still in Massachusetts. Thank you so much. I love I love analogies. I also was a bartender. I love it all. I had my own realization. I've been in another company with Aaron in the past. I'm here and I'm like, what's keeping me from being successful? And definitely my comfort zone is just this overload of education. I make connections, but for some reason, there's something in me that doesn't want to make the money. And the bottom line is that I need to look at my numbers and I need to open that side of me. So that reminder, the turning the information up literally in my shower today, I'm like, okay, you're done. You're grounded. So I punished myself. I'm in the corner and I'm not going to be adding networking groups. I'm going to look at what I have, take inventory, and actually set myself some goals, just like you said, 20 calls or whatever that is, because the truth is that it's out there. And what's stopping me? Just me.
Yeah, Joe, always, it's always me against me, right? We're our own worst enemies. And so something really simple you may want to consider. I know, other companies, organizations have done this and it works well, is to have an accountability partner, have a workout partner, have someone else you can just text in the morning and the night. Hey, this is what I'm committed to doing today. Reaching out to 20 people. Don't be attached to the results. And then just do it. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but there are times, even that Friday night thing. I mean, it took me half an hour to reach out to 30 people. Now, did I get the results I wanted from that? Not really, but half an hour, I can do half an hour a day, 30 people a day. That's 150 people a week. You don't think over time you're going to get some results versus how much time I've wasted trying to figure out why I don't have the courage or the guts to go reach. I'm like, that was probably 2 or 3 hours wasted trying to, figure out why I didn't actually just reach out. So Joe, you have the time. And if you can just do the activity, and find someone to hold you accountable, it will get easier. It will.
Maureen, Ron, I'll come to you right after Patrick. That's a really big one. And that's something you and I have worked on together. Sorry to point at you. I remember in the beginning, she saw some of the recruiting numbers. She'd be like, Aaron, so are you blocking like 6, 8, 12 hours just for recruiting a day? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, like I got a family, I got other stuff I have to do. I think so often we equate the success with having to take so much time. And it really doesn't. 30 minutes to drop 30 messages, like that's game over. And the other thing, because she has not experienced it yet, at least that she shared with me, even the people that say no, the people that don't respond, are you guys ready for this? Maureen still won because they now know she's in solar. I get referrals from people who flat out told me no 2 months ago. Nope, I'm good. Don't call me again. Hey, Aaron, I just tagged you on a Facebook post. Someone's asking questions about solar. I was like, what? Where did that come from? It's just from letting people know what you do. So I absolutely love that. Patrick Adu.
Hey, sorry about the road noise. I'm on the road. I just want to say, Maureen, thank you so much for your training. You are an amazing trainer. You made it very easy to understand, and thank you. Maybe you can share a contact with me. I'd like to learn from you. That was just excellent. I also want to say big thank you to Aaron and Dora for supporting me. Really, I appreciate you, man, for all that you do, hand holding me in my hand and trying to help me navigate my crazy life into doing this. But I'm excited about this opportunity, and you guys are just amazing. I really, really will do everything in my power to try and join you guys as many times as possible. Thank you, Maureen.
That's awesome, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, Ron.
Yeah, so I want to thank Maureen. Really good stuff, Maureen. I really appreciate it. And I do want to touch on like when somebody's saying saturation. I've been in 2 businesses that are the most saturated businesses, other than real estate, probably, which is car sales and then the paint business. And I can tell you, like, I've been doing a lot of action. You said, about the videos and I'm doing Facebook ads and I'm doing, I got a CRM with the list and all this. And I'm not getting a lot of bills, but I know, like you said, Aaron, 2 months from now, somebody's going to say, oh, Ron's in solar, let's send him the Ron. So I know, like, taking the action now, it's going to happen. And when it does, it's just going to explode. Like, in the car business, I remember my first month, 2.5 weeks in, I didn't sell a car. And then I got my first one. I sold 16 in a week and a half. So like Maureen says, just take the action. And it's hard. It is hard. We think, oh, we're not getting anything. Katie was pumping me up. Yeah, not pumping me up, but she was coaching me the last few days because I've had that mental fight with myself. But if you guys just take the action, it'll happen.
Love it, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I saw someone else with a hand and I don't see her.
Mitch
Yes.
has his hand up.
What's Nye? She's been holding her hand up.
Yeah, Nye was next. Then I'll come to you, Mitch.
That works.
Hi, Maureen. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I love the way you train. That was awesome. But I wanted to ask, how many times do you follow up once they ignore your text messages? Like,
What do you
for
mean?
example, I've had clients that gave me their bill, but then they don't follow up for like an appointment. Like when I try to ask them an appointment time.
Yeah, you keep following up, and this is until they block you or tell you to go fly a kite, you keep following up. You just continue to drip on them, because and this goes to, I don't know who was sharing earlier with the restaurant analogy. This may sound a little bit harsh. And I am just like you guys. I have to coach myself out of it all the time. But when you don't reach out, when you don't follow up, when you're afraid that you're going to go be the 18th door knocker and people are pissed off and it's saturated or whatever, it's about you and your ego and your fear and your hurt feelings. It has absolutely nothing to do with them. So again, it goes back to belief and excitement and being outwardly focused and being unattached. You're neutral. If they get upset, it's more about them and not about you. And they clearly were excited about one point because they gave the bill. And you never know. We want to give people the benefit of the doubt. They could have had a death in the family. Something could be going on. So just continue to follow up with them over time and just like, hey, just reaching out, share a story, share something. And it could be a month, it could be 3 months before they end up finally getting back to you, but they may. But if you never follow up, and again, solar is not necessarily the top of mind for them. And so it's really easy for them to push it down if something else gets busy with life. And it just could be that little quick reminder that they need. Hey, I know you're super busy, but I just wanted to touch base with you again. Can we get you on the books for this week? I have this time and this time available. Make it easy for them, direct them.
I'll add two things as well. So if someone gave you the bill and you're struggling to get them on the appointment, I love stories. I love visuals, right? I think it's just so impactful. I will take a screenshot of the proposal of just the portion, the little square that shows the incentives. So it's going to be the federal, maybe a state, maybe a new customer incentive. I'll send that to them and I would say, hey, Maureen, I just finished your energy study, your proposal. Check out this savings report. I have availability today at 4, tomorrow at 11. What works better for you? They don't even understand what that is. They just see numbers, 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand. What is that? Oh my gosh, I'll explain everything today at 4, tomorrow at 11. Just a little teaser. In terms of not getting, well, really it applies to a bill follow-up, but also a generic follow-up. I share stories all the time. Maureen, I know you're so busy. I had to share this. I'll take a screenshot of someone's savings report. I just helped this new homeowner who's also in Florida save over 74 grand by switching to solar. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I can't even help myself because on the voice, I step back. I'm not asking them for anything. I'm just sharing it. They're like, what? 74 grand? It starts a conversation, right? So that's really organic with me. I don't like chasing, but I love sharing. I love touching. And so if I can do that and cause conversation, it's a win-win all the time. Mitch, go for it. Bobnish, you're next.
I want to say, everybody, be grateful that there's a lot of solar competition out there. Be grateful that there's people knocking on the doors. It's that means the market has arrived. And this is really, it's only the last couple, 3 years that it really has arrived. And it's something that we're part of. And, on the Monday nights, they always talk about what a small percentage of the people have solar so far. And now with power, and I've been in the solar business since the early 80s, this is the most amazing platform. And then show the competition, And I've been actively doing solar electric for the last 8 years. And there's several kinds of competition. There's a guy who knows where the distributor is, who works out of his garage, and he goes, I'm the owner, I'm going to sell you solar. And he gives you all that warm fuzzies, and he installs it himself with a couple other guys. And then he's on to his next project. Now he has nowhere the buying power that some of the local companies have, let alone what Power has, right? And these guys come and go. The company that I've been working with, 85% of their service calls are service calls, they call them adopted. We've adopted them because either the people who bought the solar from that company, the company's either out of business or they won't do business with them anymore. So think about it. No one else has got a 30-year warranty. It's an amazing warranty. 30 years, parts and labor, not prorated. If you look at a lot of the solar manufacturers, they prorate their warranties. They may say, yeah, we have 25 years. It's prorated. Thing in 10 years, if it goes, and it's 25 years, if it goes, it's like a tire or a battery. It's like, well, I got like 20, 30% off, like a good sale.
Love it.
It's an amazing warranty. And I was reading about it. And basically, Power has bought an insurance policy that first the manufacturer's warranty steps in, and whatever it doesn't, then the Power warranty does. And it's underwritten by an insurance company. So whether the manufacturer goes out or we go out, which I don't think would ever happen, it's just amazing. And I want to give you a little tidbit
I have a question when just putting my hand up.
Yeah, I got John next. Mitch, wrap
Okay.
it up.
All right, I got I'm not getting political, but whatever party you're on, the parties right now, and I did this for my party, they gave me 60 names to go knock on the door, and what they were people who are in the party who vote in presidential elections but don't rarely vote any other time, to go there and say, hey, we really need your vote. By the way, I was wearing a Power shirt, and I had my business card, and I had a thing to leave in the door, and I left Power information as well as the information of a little it was kind of handwritten because I photocopied it, but I wrote this thing saying, hey, I'm dropping this off. I'm also your solar guy. I think it's important you get out to vote, and I think it's important that you save energy, and God blessed us with the sun. He wants us to use it.
It's a contact sport, for sure.
And that's all I got to say.
Love it, Mitch. Thank you. John Bobness.
Hey, nice to see you guys. Number one, really upset I missed Maureen's training. So please post a recording if possible, because I am very excited about looking at that. And everybody seems to be all excited about that. So awesome. Thank you, Maureen, for that. I wanted to address the question about getting somebody who's given you a bill who has not scheduled an appointment. I just wanted to give her kind of a pro tip, if that's cool. Pro tip. Yeah, okay, I'm just making sure. Pro tip is make sure, because the clients many times don't understand that there's no cost or obligation. There's almost no home improvement project on the planet where you have no money out of pocket. So a lot of times they will have given you a bill thinking, oh, cool, I'm going to save money. But then their brain starts turning and they start thinking maybe there's a chance that this is going to cost me something, or there might be some kind of catch. So I would strongly urge you to remind them that there's absolutely no cost and obligation in meeting, and that you're just going to go over the free energy saving report numbers that your team came up with to see if you even qualify to go solar. Because then it's like it takes all the pressure off. So I would strongly urge her to do that, is to start by saying, hey, just a reminder, there's no cost or obligation meeting. My team put together an absolutely free energy savings report to see if your home even qualifies to go solar, and when might work best for you and your husband to meet on Zoom for a couple of minutes where I can get all your questions answered and show you what we came up with, because you can actually save tens of thousands of dollars without spending a penny out of your pocket. And I really think that's important. I know it sounds overly simplistic, but I've had people go, oh, Well, okay. Oh, so there's no cost. Okay, cool. Like it was like I was reading their mind. So I would encourage her if she's having trouble getting people back on the line to remind them in a tactful way that there's no cost or obligation.
I love it, man. Thanks for sharing. By the way, guys, success leaves clues. I'm going to pick on Jim for a second. Brand new to the team, like ink still wet on the application. I have not seen this guy's pen like hold still, except right now when I just called his name. Like taking notes like a madman. Owns several businesses, just flat out crushes it. And you can already see why. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Josh, you're next. Joshua, you there?
You may be muted.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, sorry, just my son. No, yeah, no, but just to follow back up on what Maureen said on with the follow-ups and things like that, and everything she said was just right on the head. You know what I mean? Follow up, especially for like me. I'm, what I do out here with solar. I'm door knocking, basically from like Tuesday to Saturday, and follow-ups are very important because sometimes you get people that are just like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna talk about it, or sometimes you guys exchange information and you guys even got them on a text and say, oh, thank you for and then just following back up. And then the good thing about following up is at least if you follow back and if they're not interested, that just allows you to keep moving and not focused on who's not interested. It just gives you more time to go look for the more people that are interested and that are, willing to see what you have to offer. You know what I mean? And I think follow up is just key. It's just like you're planting the garden. You know what I mean? Like you're planting seeds and picking out the weeds. You know what I mean?
Love it, man. I got mad respect for anybody that beats the pavement, knocks the door. I mean, that is a special level of desire and wanting to get after it, man. So I appreciate the insights as always.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
Joe Welch, hand up.
Do I have their hand up?
Yeah, Joe did. Sorry, I lost her. Oh, there it is.
I'm here. Yep. I'm in Connecticut now. Also where power is located. The question I had was about the 5 o'clock today, the end of month, the incentive. I think I know that I don't understand fully what it is that we're trying to do. Like, what is that? What is the thing that we need done?
So Joe, I made that up.
Oh, okay.
That was something I created because I was willing to give $1,000 of my own money. Think of it as like an ambassador, sign them up as an ambassador. There are, like, if you're looking at the proposals, there are certain monthly, and it depends on the state, cashback incentives. Sometimes it has to do with the financing, right? And that's a big deal for a lot of people. I've been on some calls where I was a tier 1 with a tier 3 mentor, but knowing that they were going to be getting back $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, sometimes $4,000 free money cash back at installation because of either a power incentive or some sort of other incentive was a big deal for a lot of people. So I thought, what can I do? Because I'll never be involved with anything that's not an integrity or a win-win. And if I'm willing to give $1,000, just like if we have an ambassador, right? It comes out of our commission. So I'm already willing to give $1,000 of my own commission away to have ambassadors and referral partners. So if I'm generating the bill myself and I'm willing to still give $1,000 away to create urgency, to get them excited about it, that would bless them. And it's a win-win. So all I'm saying is we can have our own ways out of creativity where we can generate urgency. So that's what I said, because I know that there are some incentives today, but I wanted to be sure that I wasn't offering something that wasn't there. So when I go ahead and I create the proposal, worst case scenario, if there's no cashback incentive available, I'm willing to give them $1,000 out of my own commission if I got a bill today. So that was my whole thing around that, Joe. There's no official deadline at 5 o'clock today. That's what I said on the voice nets I brought in, and I got 2 bills in 5 minutes doing that. So to me, that's worth it.
Yeah, urgency is everything, Maureen. That's really good. I will tell you another hack. So those incentives that they offer, corporate incentives, I love leveraging corporate money over our own money. I teach all the time, not to knock what Maureen says. I think it's genius. I will spend 1,000 to make 15 all day, every day, every business I own, right? That just makes sense. But leverage the heck out of the company ones. And so a lot of these have been extended every single month, right? That's the trend we've seen, at least in our team short existence. Yet I treat them like they're gone tomorrow. Every time I'm talking to a customer, we have an incentive. I don't know if it's coming back tomorrow. All I know is it's on the books until tonight at midnight. I got to get a bill. I got to get you queued up. I got to get you in the system. I am running with that urgency to cause action. People want to be led. They want to be led. When you drive urgency, they're hopping on a call. They're giving you the bill. They might not even understand it all. They just don't want to be left out. They don't want to miss something. And so I love that Maureen talked about that. Katie, I want to, you didn't know I was going to do this, but hopefully you're in a place you can talk. Maureen, obviously you were on the call the whole time. I was talking about mindset, and one of my notes was the best kept secret. I know that was something that you and I had also talked about for a while. Do you want to talk about how when you first came on, your, I guess, non-desire of letting the world know? And I mean that with total love and respect, but I just think it's a powerful story for anyone else struggling with that.
Sure, Aaron. Excellent job again, Maureen. Yes, I actually, when I started, did not want anyone to know. I said, I'm not going to post. I don't want to be that solar girl. I don't want to be inundating my friends and just being like solar. So I actually really kind of held back my first month, and I so regret it because I did not actually show the world that I am now your solar queen. Actually, I did just get a queen. I did get a you'll see that soon. But anyway, I really, in terms of posting, I only have, I kind of do maybe twice a week now, but I do stories. And I cannot tell you how many people now are actually initiating things with me to actually start the, conversation about solar. But it also, when they see what else I'm doing, oh, I saw your kid. Oh, you're doing solar. So it just ties so many, conversations that you can have to delve into, have you thought about it? What are you doing business-wise? How's the market treating you with your, whatever business they're in right now? So I have to say, I regret not jumping in sooner, Aaron. So I appreciate you and Chris pushing, because now I'm all over it.
There's a trend. Chris and I talk about this all the time, especially in the beginning, where someone would hit us up saying, I'm just not winning. How is so-and-so getting so lucky? Whatever the story was, almost every single time. In fact, I'm going to say every time. I don't think anyone can prove this wrong yet. Actually, outside of Patrick Adu, there's always an anomaly. Every other person that is winning, like crushing it, I'm talking making over 30 grand a month, some 6 figures, have all posted something on a social media platform. They let the world know they are in the solar industry, right? It allows not only for prospecting other things, but now you can be in lead receiving mode. It is very hard for someone to bless you, to gift you a lead, a bill, a recruit, if they don't even know what you're looking for. And I'm not going to totally dive in there because Maureen really hit that, hit the nail on the head. But just get out of your own way. Do what Katie did. Get uncomfortable. Put it out there. What's the worst that happened? Nobody liked it? Like, it doesn't matter. They still know she's in the solar game. Anyway, I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, part of, and I'll share the script. Actually, it was one of the first when I was like, I wasn't too sure, and I knew I would follow Aaron anywhere, and I was, YouTubing everything, and I was like, what is this? I was on a flight for 10 hours, some information. I found JC Rangel, his YouTube thing, and he was like, in the first 48 hours, he contacted 200 people and let everyone know that he was in solar. And I was like, wow, can I honestly say that? I still haven't done that. So that's part of what I want to do today, because I know so many people that don't own homes, that live in apartments down in this area. But again, you never know the network. They're at that party. They're at the Halloween party tonight, and they hear someone say, oh, I was thinking about going solar. We can't be top of mind if people don't know. So I'll share that indirect script where you just have people be boots on the ground for you. It's like extending your reach and your network. So Katie, I see you, girl. I'm so proud of you. I know.
Thanks, Maureen. Yeah, I see you too.
I love the women leaders on this call. Like, I just absolutely love it. Blows my mind. Chris Hart, and then we'll go to Bob Niss and then Patrick.
Yeah. So couple things. One of the things about Maureen is that she's been able to accomplish what she's been able to accomplish with getting these bills, because she's been very purposeful. She set a goal, right? She set a purpose. She set an intention. She literally claimed it on one of our other coaching calls, where she said, I will be tier 3 by such and such date. So if you guys need some motivation, take a page out of that book, creating that definite of purpose and definite of aim, and it'll put you to the test. And that's what you're seeing from Maureen. When you look at these numbers, she's putting them up because she's running to a goal. So keep that in mind as well.
Love that, Chris. John.
Yeah, real quick. For if you guys are interested in Maureen, just so you know, I was at that Mentor Factory thing this weekend, and JC was talking about doing that 200 where he reached out, but he did that because his mentor and coach, Jay Nolan, who he had do a huge presentation on Sunday, basically told everybody, if you haven't done that, it is probably the easiest and fastest way where he's built empires for people. And I'm talking like $1 million a month. That this guy's helped people earn $1 million a month, and he's doing that. So this guy was like mind-blowingly incredible. But one of the videos that I posted on Facebook from my day 2 content was a video that's basically black. And it's because he really didn't want me holding phones up recording him, but it has his script for what he uses when he calls the 200 people on the phone. So go ahead and check that out, guys.
I have it. It's on a YouTube, John.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I have it all typed. I'll give it to you guys. So going back, thank you for that, John. But
Yeah,
going
yeah.
back to my dating analogy, hopefully this lands. I just realized what this is, right? This is when you get all dressed up and you get excited and it's Friday night and you're going to go speed dating. So you're going to go in front of a bunch of people really quickly saying the same thing, what you're all about. So that's it. So many different ways we can promote our business and let everyone know. So absolutely make it a point at some point this week, block off time. You're all going speed dating and you get to let everyone that you know that you are out there and ready to offer solar. So
Love it.
yeah.
Patrick, you're next, and then Jim will finish on you, bud.
Can you hear me, man?
Yes, sir.
So I have a huge announcement that will shock you. I have been in real estate for 13 years, sold over 100 million in real estate. I have never posted anything on my social media, almost 70,000 followers combined. Never posted anything on social media aside something to do with real estate. Even though my previous company with Aaron, I built a team of over 10,000 salespeople across America, I never posted one thing on social media about it. I'm telling you, after careful consideration and after taking a look at power and giving it few hours a week and realizing I can make 6 figures, giving it 10% of the effort I put in my real estate business, I prayed about it. I announced to my wife, in about 10 days, I will be publicly introducing power as my new and add-on way of earning income. Nothing I've done ever in 13 years of social media building. Because folks, this is the real deal. Sales is everything I know. I don't know anything else. I'm not that smart. I know how to sell, and I love God and I want to serve people. Those are the only 2 things I enjoy that I know something about. But let me tell you, I've done over 15 million in sales in real estate this year, even though I was sick in ICU, sick for 4 months this year. But the effort that I put in this deal to make the money that I made, I called Aaron last week and I said, Aaron, man, is this thing for real? I mean, I'm a minister. My reputation is all I have. It don't make sense. But it is real. I checked it. It's legal. And I'm coming in the next 10 days. I'm hiring a company, the guy that works on my social media and real estate. And I'm going to launch this thing for the first time in 13 years. I'm bringing on something publicly to everybody that knows me. So I'm correcting you when you said, yeah, Patrick, yeah, he's the only one. I only did that because I was experimenting. My reputation is very important to me. My yes has to mean yes. And so I was checking out to make sure that power is everything that it is. And I took myself, I was my first customer, and I took myself through it. And I'm telling you, just be patient. Watch out for my social media platform in the next 10 days as I prepare to launch my business for the first time ever in 13 years to introduce another business. So that was the shock. That's my announcement. Hey, I'm here at my appointment. I enjoyed being with you all, man. I appreciate it. I will try and be on as many times as I can. Aaron, let's try and get that call going, please. All right.
100%. I'll hit you up later, man. Proud of
Maureen,
you.
thank you again for your training. It's unbelievable. Thank you. Bye.
By the way, he's gonna kill me. Hopefully he logs off. Anybody else here want to experiment their way to 96,000 in your first month in power? That still blows my mind. Blows my mind. He's gonna break his own record, which is great. Jim, we're gonna end on you, my friend.
Awesome, man. Am I coming in loud and clear?
Loud and clear, brother.
Awesome. Wow, what an amazing group. I love the collective genius of everybody here sharing, collaborating together. I've got some really powerful notes. Maureen, spoke from the heart. A lot of that stuff really resonated with me. Yeah, we're blessed, right? Having this opportunity. I asked Terry the other day, I'm like, you believe in God? And he's like, absolutely. Because I felt like it was God's hand that made him call me and reach out to me the way he did. It was gentle. And I joined him because I trust him so much, Terry Thomas and his lovely wife, Joyce. But that being said, I think there is a tasteful way to share this opportunity on social media. If you're not, you're a secret agent, like Maureen mentioned. Don't be a secret agent. Get out of the way of yourself. I sell like 500 plus homes a year. I'm not going to blast every home I sell. 500, people on my social media, they're going to mute me and block for 30 days. So tasteful way is to maybe make one business post out of one of every 6 or one out of every 8 posts that you make. You can drop in a little business nugget. Maybe, something success story, like you guys were talking about, someone in your group, maybe a recruiting success story, someone that made some money, or a home savings, someone that made money from, getting these services. I'd also like to say, do the video. That's something I've always taught and promoted really heavily. And I say, like, one of my coaches taught me, your shitty video, excuse my language, your shitty video outperforms your competition's non-existent video. So
Right.
Just get out there. The guy that's knocking on the doors, while you're knocking on the doors, you can have a video, a YouTube channel. Maybe it's Local Guy Solar, video channel, and you put your presentation on there and people are just going to be clicking on it. So you're out knocking on doors, but you're also going to be driving traffic to your website. So just a couple of, really fundamental things that I'd like to share there. But yeah, this is a unbelievable opportunity. It's like an untapped oil well, and having the power of God, the Son, as our product, it shows up every day. We're not going to run out of that. So I'm jacked up. I'm excited and love being on this group with you guys. What a tremendous opportunity, and I appreciate all you guys have been doing for me. Just in my first few days in the company, the support's been overwhelming, and I'm deeply grateful for all of you guys.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we'll end on that. I couldn't say anything else better. I'm just grateful for each and every one of you. This team, every day, I think I tell my wife, I'm just amazed. It is so much fun running with all of you, just the collaboration, the like-mindedness, and just everything. Blown away. Appreciate all of you. Have a fantastic day. We'll see everyone tonight for the recruiting event. Maureen, a special shout out to you. Thank you for the session today. Guys, be good, be great. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right, thank you.